Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Game Night Date Night, and we are now on episode 16. This is in collaborations with Games and Couples, who sponsors the series. And they do amazing things. So they do couples counseling, utilizing a lot of board games as a tool to help couple connect and reconnect. And one of the tools, or one of the things that they've done to help couples do this, is they've created their own rating system to help figure out which game best suit a couple depending on where they're at. So this rates on 3 different points, from 1 to 5. Now keep in mind, 1 is not bad, 5 is not good. So it just depends on where you are as a couple. So the first thing is for conversation and connection potential. Some games, there's just so much going on. This isn't a game where you're going to be able to catch up with each other and kind of catch up on the day. While other games are very much more mellow and have a lot more opportunities to hold a conversation. The second things that we rate on is a getting to know you. How much will be revealed in the game that you're playing? Maybe this is something that's important to you. Maybe you've been together a really long time and this is not a big priority for you now. And the last thing is for potential for hurt feelings and conflict. Let's face it, we're playing a game. Most of the time we're playing to be the winner, so that means there's going to have to be a loser. And depending on how that goes, and how the game handles that, whether it can have feelings flare up. If things are already tense, you may not want something that has a lot of conflict in the game. While other games have a lower rating in this side because it's more like I'll do my things, you do your thing, and then you kind of compare points at the end. While other games are cooperative and everybody's on the same team trying to beat the game. Now this month I concentrated on, so every week we do the game of the week, and this month I try to have a theme. So this month I decided to do yard game because at the beginning of the month the weather was beautiful. Things started to melt. We're getting nice weather, itching to get outside. That's until the Alberta fires took place. It's been a little smoky for a lot of these games. But these are great games to take to the backyard and enjoy the great outdoors and each other's company. So the first one that I have for this month is Ladder Ball. Now, I've always called this game Balla Ball. I guess because the one I got, that's what it was called the first time I got it. And the first one I got was really flimsy. It had these wooden pieces that went through, and you had to kind of hammer the stick in the ground and hope it would stay, and then you would throw your ball, and half the time it would come apart. So spending a little bit of money to get something that's a little bit more sturdy definitely makes a difference with this one. But let's have a look at the rating on this game real quick. So conversation and connection potential, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. So if you're playing 2 players, you both are standing at the one end and tossing your balls at the other end, trying to get them roped up on one of the bars. The higher bar, the higher points. If it just goes nowhere, no points. And you're trying to think, is the first one to 20 points? But while you're doing this, sitting next to each other or standing next to each other, it's a perfect opportunity to have a conversation, catch up on the day. So this great game is great for that. Getting to know you, I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 5. There's not that much opportunity that's going to reveal, unless they have bad throws after bad throws after bad throws. Do they get really frustrated? It's interesting to see how they handle that. And trust me, bad throws after bad throws after bad throws happens a lot, maybe just to me. Hurt feelings and conflict, I'm giving this one a 1 out of 5. This is really where you're trying to do the best for yourself. They're not really messing with you. You're tossing your balls. You either get it on or you don't get it on, but it's completely up to you. So because of that, I'm giving this one a low score on the hurt feelings and conflict. This is another picture of a different set of a ball. This is the set that I personally own. These are 2 of my children. We were playing in the yard a few years ago now. We don't live there anymore. And this is like a multi one. It has different things that you can do with this set. And I've only actually ever played it with the ball because that's my favorite. Now, the next one that we talked about this month is Bocce Ball, another yard game that is just so fun. And what's great with this one is it fits in a little bag. You can take it anywhere. You don't need anything to set up. You can take it to the park. You can take it camping. You can play this anywhere. We would play this on the farm and we'd do like off-road bocce ball, and we'd go like in really rough terrain. And it just kind of added to the fun. But so for the rating, again, conversation, connection, potential, 5 out of 5. There's plenty of opportunities to hold a conversation while playing this game. Getting to know you, I'm giving this one a 2 out of 5 again. It's not going to be super revealing, other than how they handle a bad throw, a good throw, that's pretty much it. Hurt feelings and conflict, I'm giving this one a 2 out of 5. They can knock you away from like a really good throw, and then they knock your ball completely out of the way, and it can be frustrating. So I'm giving this one a little bit of a higher rating on the hurt feelings and conflict. With this one, you have the white ball that gets tossed first, and then you're trying to get your own bocce ball as close to it as you can. We've pulled out the ruler. It's like, oh no, I'm a little bit closer. It is just a satisfying, fun game to play. Mine, actually, I had a cheaper set that had like water inside, and after the move, the water was all gone, so they were really light and it wasn't usable anymore. So I do need to get myself a new set of bocce balls. So my birthday's coming up, so hopefully, fingers crossed. The next one that I have for the game of the week was Frisbee Golf. Now, before we go any further, I have been corrected multiple times. The official name is disc golf. I've always called it Frisbee Golf. I've always heard it called Frisbee Golf. But I guess Frisbee being a copyrighted brand, they couldn't go with it. So with this one, for the rating system, conversation and connection potential, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5 with a caveat. This one, depending on how you throw, it can send you in complete different directions. So you may not be side by side all that often to have much of a conversation, but most of the time you will, and if not, you'll be within shouting distance. Getting to know you, again, a 2 out of 5. Just see how they handle bad throws, good throws, again. So it's not the most revealing game. And hurt feelings and conflict, this one is a 1 out of 5. You toss your disc, the next person goes. There is really no interference between the players. This is one that we had set a course, a small course at the farm, but this was after we went to a friend's house who had their farm. They had a course all throughout the trees, and it was so much fun just to go through their land and play this disc golf. And it was like this. There was like, we played in a forest pretty much, but it was so satisfying, so much fun. And the disc golf have a lot of locations where you, like public locations where you can go to play, so it's a really neat one. This is one that we're planning on doing with our family this summer, so waiting for the smoke to go away, so that this should be good. And then the last one that I have for this month is Horseshoes. So I'm originally from New Brunswick, and I used to live right on the ocean. And every time we would go to the beach, my aunts and my uncles and my parents would always set up the horseshoe because the sand is there anyways. So they would kind of stick it in, and then we'd play. And it was just so satisfying. So you scored so much if you got your horseshoe kind of in with the post in it, but then if it leaned on it, you got so much, and then depending on how close you were, you got to score points on that as well. For rating potential, 5 out of 5 for conversation. This is a great game to hold a conversation. Getting to know you, same as all the other ones, 2 out of 5, just because it's interesting to see how you react to good toss, bad toss, but it's really not all that revealing. Hurt feelings and conflict, I've put a 1 out of 5 here. It could have been a 2. You can toss one that kind of knocks another person's horseshoe out of the way a little bit. Now, I've put on there, like a picture with sand, and we've played it on the sand all the time. It's nice with sand because they don't bounce, but you could play just in your yard on the grass. Or, you might end up buying a couple bags of sand just if you're really enjoying it. And this is a very satisfying game to play. I just found this little video. I thought it was kind of cool. I remember as a kid, I couldn't toss it far enough to reach the other post, but great game, great memories with this. So this is it for this month. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is Mels_boardgame_room, and we also have Games and Couples. On Facebook, my Facebook page is Mel's Board Game Room, and we also have the Facebook page Games and Couple, Love in the Age of Board Game, and the YouTube channel Mel's Board Game Room and Games and Couples, Love in the Age of Board Games. Bye, everybody.